Hi, everybody. Welcome to Gadsden, Alabama. It's the Alabama Bass Trail presented by Phoenix Boats. Robbie Floyd, Kay Donaldson with the Alabama Bass Trail. And this is the North Division. I mean, Neely, Henry, it's stop number 4 of 5, and it's time to make things happen.
You know, there's a lot of boats out there on the water. They're going to be very spread out. I don't anticipate that we'll see a lot of guys really bunched up. Summertime patterns are going to probably spread these guys out.
And the crazy thing is, this was supposed to be an April tournament, but due to COVID-19, it's not. Now we're later on in the year. It's definitely going to be hot today.
It's going to be hot. I think you're going to see a lot of bank beaters out there. The Coosa River just always fishes shallow, but I think those more quality bites are going to be caught out on the ledges, kind of out in Never Land is what I refer to it as, because that's really not my style.
A couple of different styles to be looking at today. It's going to be hot, but they always find a way to catch them. Let's take a look at some of our first casts with their Academy Sports and Outdoors first cast of the day.
I don't think it was on. I don't either.
Here we are, Chris, Alabama Bass Trail, North Division, wonderful Neely Henry. This is a tournament we were supposed to have a while back.
Yes.
Thanks to COVID, we're doing it now. It's really hot. Guys say the fishing's tough.
It's not really hot. It's like a step below hell hot is what it is.
Yeah.
Fishing's gonna be tougher than we've seen it here.
Yes. I checked the generation schedule. They're not supposed to kick on generator till like 1 o'clock, and it's only gonna be one generator. So typically on this lake, especially this time of year, guys really need current. It really puts the fish in the right places. They really feed. They're not gonna have that. They're gonna have to work for it all day long.
How important is the early morning bite? This first, I mean, it's 5:45. We just got done with takeoff. How important is this first hour 15 minutes?
I think it's gonna be the difference in a high finish or not.
Well, you go one way, I'll go the other, and we'll see what we find.
Sounds good. So we've made it to our first stop this morning. We're not far from takeoff. Pull into a creek, pull up on the first boat, and they're doing kind of what I expect to see this morning. They're fishing shallow grass. They're throwing top waters right now. But Chris and I talked about how important this morning bite is. And you know, these guys look like they're doing the tactic that where they can catch a quality fish this morning. And I expect to see a lot of this as the day goes on. The other thing that we didn't really talk about this morning that I think is going to be key is catching largemouth in this tournament. This lake is full of Coosa spotted bass, but the largemouth will be what will make a difference. We're going to follow these guys and see how they're doing. You've covered quite a bit of area in here now already without a bite. What's kind of going through your mind now?
I really don't know. Keep fishing. I'm thinking about to go back through and flip it. Because all the pressure that's been in here, these people practice and everything, they've probably seen 1,447 frogs.
Right.
So they probably won't bite one. And there ain't no telling how many buzz baits they've seen. So I don't know how many people come in and flip it. And we may be able to flip them up. But just kind of grind.
Okay.
You gotta grind to get a bite up here right now.
You know, one of the keys when you're fishing this type shoreline grass is you got to really watch what goes on around your bait. Sometimes your bait will actually get fish to move 5-10 feet away from your bait, and you'll see the weeds start to shake and move. You got to be observant and see that. Lots of times when you see that, you can pitch a bait over in there and catch them pretty easy. So we've been on them for quite a while now. They've covered quite a bit of area in here, and you know, they started off throwing top waters. We talked to him after he'd done that a little while and said that maybe he needs to slow down a little bit, flip and pitch some plastics, and they kind of started alternating that. They finally come back out close to where we first started following them, and he gets his first bite, and it's, you know, pitching us off plastic. So if that'll hold up, and they can kind of keep working around here and slow down a little bit and maybe give the fish some different looks on baits, then maybe they can start kind of putting it together.
Morning.
How's it going so far?
A little slow so far. Trey just got one though.
Okay. So it's not like Wheeler was, huh?
It is not like Wheeler.
How's your morning been so far?
We're thinking about going and playing golf.
Alabama Bass Trail TV, presented by Phoenix Boats, is brought to you by Bill Penny Toyota, official truck of the Alabama Bass Trail, by TH Marine, improving your boat from transom to trolling motor, and by Jax, all about the South. There's more to come.
Phoenix Boats, our passion for fishing is obvious. Whether it's a pro event or fishing with our family and friends,
we truly love the sport of fishing.
That's why our goal is to make every single Phoenix boat that goes out the door the best fishing platform it can be in both design and construction.
We love to fish as much as anyone, and we believe it shows in every boat we build.
Phoenix Boats, built by anglers for anglers.
Bill Petty Toyota is Alabama's #1 volume Toyota dealer. But that's not the only reason to get to know Bill Petty. Enjoy a 10-year unlimited warranty on every new Toyota in stock. Get 1 year of 24/7 roadside assistance. Test drive for the chance to win $5,000. You heard right. 5,000 big ones. Plus, choose from over 700 new Toyotas in stock and price to move. Bill Petty Toyota is Alabama's #1 volume Toyota dealer. Get to know us today.
Stetson Blaylock, Todd Auten, Head Cherry, let's go!
Garmin Live Scope, I tell you right now, if you don't have it, you are behind. It's just wild. It's like a video game.
If you do not have that Garmin Live Scope, you are definitely missing out.
Bassmaster Classic Champion!
You love spending time outdoors, but those nasty, flying, biting, swarming insects keeping you inside? Now you can battle the bugs and win with Zone Repellents. Zone insect repellents are safe, effective, and DEET-free, providing 12 hours of protection from mosquitoes, ticks, flies, fleas, chiggers, gnats, and no-see-ums. Zone insect repellents are made right here in the USA, endorsed by the CDC and EPA registered. Go to ZoneRepellents.com and see the entire line of insect repellents and hand sanitizers. Forget the bugs. Get outdoors and fish with Zone Repellents. That's ZoneRepellents.com.
Coosa Landing was a busy place early this morning as 225 teams launched for this, the fourth stop of the Alabama Bass Trail's North Division on Lake Neely Henry right here in Gadsden, Alabama. This event should have been held in April of this year, but thanks to COVID-19, it had to be rescheduled for midsummer. And here we are. It's July, hot for sure, and from what we've seen so far, bites are hard to come by. But like always with this group, someone always figures it out. Let's get back out on the water and see how the anglers are catching them.
We got 2 in the box.
Okay.
Yes, sir. How y'all?
We're good. What kind of size we're talking about here?
Got one small one. One decent, probably 2.5, 3 pounds.
Okay.
A lot better than practice already.
Like that's kind of the way you want it then.
Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna do it on the day, right?
That's right. You're a Winters from Wheeler, aren't you?
Yes, sir. We are. It's a whole different animal up here. Then.
Oh, yeah. How much experience do you have on Neely Henry? Here's the bite. Looks like a pretty good one.
I think we've been down here, what, 3 times?
3 or 4 times, yeah.
Before we started fishing ABT, neither one of us had ever even come down here.
Right. So little birdie told me y'all may have a few in the box already.
We got 5.
Got 5, all right. Any size to them? All your fish come out of the grass?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So you got a nice little 1-2 punch, a little top water, a little pitching action going there.
Yeah, we pretty much did this same thing all the way around, except he caught one on a frog back over there. So I picked mine up, which is laying right there, threw the same mat right after I netted his and caught one on a frog right behind him.
So we just talked to Logan and Jeremy and followed them down the grass line, and that's where they've been catching their fish. He obviously has some kind of a brush pile or stump marked out here at kind of an open water because he picked up a worm and kind of came off the bank and came over to this area. And he's he's throwing to a very specific spot. Now they've got a limit. He mentioned right now that a 4 or 5 pounder would really go a long ways. I'm guessing that maybe that's what he was thinking about when he pulled into this brush pile. We hadn't seen the fish yet. He's not sure if it's a bass. If it is, it's a good one. Listen to the reaction, it's not a bass. What'd you call a wrong species? How's your day going so far?
What's up? Got 3 in the box.
Okay.
Not good.
Any size to them?
Nah. But after our practice, I'm happy to have them.
I heard that a lot about practice.
Yeah. I tell you, this cover's not killing us though.
Right.
Man, clouds will keep rolling in. It'll make for a decent day.
Right. It's at least a little more bearable than what it has been.
Oh yeah.
You guys been pretty much fishing this kind of cover all day?
Well, we're gonna do it in the morning, then head out to the main river. You know, if the sun gets too bright.
Yeah.
That's what we thought. That's the plan, at least. We're about to get out of here if we don't catch it.
I think it's just gonna be kind of a junk fishing kind of day, you know.
Right.
Just try to catch one here and there.
This portion of the program is sponsored in part by Sweet Home Alabama, by Garmin, and by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Alabama Bass Trail TV, presented by Phoenix Boats, will be right back.
At Phoenix Boats, our passion for fishing is obvious. Whether it's a pro event or fishing with our family and friends,
We truly love the sport of fishing.
that's why our goal is to make every single Phoenix boat that goes out the door the best fishing platform it can be in both design and construction.
We love to fish as much as anyone, and we believe it shows in every boat we build.
Phoenix Boats, built by anglers for anglers.
The taste of the South starts out here. However you roll into work, you can bring the flavor with Jack's Breakfast Catering. Huge scratch-made buttermilk biscuits and hearty breakfast sandwiches, mixed or matched, starting at just $15. Don't forget to add delicious fresh ground Royal Cup coffee and classic breakfast sides, because great work starts with great breakfast. Breakfast catering starting at $15 from Jack's. All about the South.
Yeah. I'm not fighting for a second.
Yeah, he's lively.
Yeah, he's not ready at all. Good catch, baby. Good catch. Number 2, baby.
How many you got? 2? Okay. Any size?
2.5, 2 pounds, 2.5.
Okay.
starting to warm up.
Yeah, it is. So I got to ask the question. You got 2 in the boat. Which one's catching the fish today? You got both of them?
He caught both of them.
Attaboy. How's your day been?
Not too good.
Not too good.
We got one good one. Can't get anything to go with it.
That's kind of what you expected after practice?
Yeah. Yeah, it's been rough.
We've heard that from a lot of people.
Really?
Yeah.
We're waiting on a little water. We're supposed to turn it on about noon, I think, so we're hoping that changes some things.
Right. So we spent a lot of our morning, back in creeks and pockets where there was a lot of shallow grass. Those fish really aren't relating to current, or current really doesn't affect those fish. And we're kind of out here on the main river channel. We are upriver from takeoff, and a lot of these fish are acclimated to current, and they really feed in the current. And several of the guys we've stopped on said it's been really slow, practice was slow, and I started looking at the generation schedule earlier in the week, and I realized they weren't pulling a lot of current, and when they did, it was later in the day. But you can see down this bank here, there's scattered some riprap. We've got a boat dock here. There's also brush piles that are kind of out off that river ledge. And what happens when there's current, that these fish pull into specific areas. And it kind of makes it easy to pull into, and you kind of fish a specific area, and you can duplicate it. You can keep running up the river, find similar spots, and kind of go from spot to spot and get bit on most of them. When there's no current like this, it makes it a lot harder. You tend to fish it a lot slower. The fish can be either shallow or out deep, and sometimes they'll actually suspend. So it makes it really hard to pinpoint where they are. You end up spending a lot of time fishing down an area instead of being able to go from spot to spot in high percentage areas. How's your day going so far?
Got 5 things.
Okay.
We'll take them though.
Spotted bass?
Yeah, all spotted.
I said yesterday I'd take 10 pounds and be happy. We got to double what we got right now.
We don't even have 6 pounds, I don't think.
Chris, it's gotten hot.
Dude, it's nasty. And as much as I wear this, it still does not taste like Jack's. Although, I did have breakfast on the water this morning.
Did you?
Courtesy of Jack's.
Well, see, I skipped breakfast this morning. I guess I was too busy working.
I probably should have too, if you look at my physique. But you went up.
Yes.
How far did you go?
We didn't start very far from here. We ended up almost to the dam, though, before the day was over with.
Okay.
The guys that we stopped on first felt really confident. I was surprised they were the only boat in there. It's a pretty big area, pretty well-known area.
Right.
He said he caught 11 pounds, should have had 18 pounds last weekend in there. They really struggled. They basically made a lap through there, caught one kind of as they were coming back where they started.
Sure. We saw a lot of the same thing where we went down, ended up down by the dam, going our way as well. And a lot of guys, 1 or 2 fish early. Talked to one team, had a decent limit, but lost 1 over 5. Those are the ones that are going to come back to haunt you.
Yes.
Especially those that are high up in the points race here.
Yes.
Now, one thing about it, it's getting hotter. I hear a lot of guys saying 12 o'clock, when the water turns on, the last 2.5 hours are going to be right. My problem with that is flights 1 through 4, it's going to hurt.
Right. Now, the other thing I heard is some of the guys that were fishing shallow grass felt the bite would be better later on in the day. They said when the sun gets up, the fish kind of gravitate to the edge of that grass.
Gotcha.
So they're kind of banking on that. Now, every day can be different, so we'll see how that turns out.
But one thing about it, somebody today is going to bank $10,000 right there.
This portion of Alabama Bass Trail TV, presented by Phoenix Boats, is brought to you by Bill Penny Toyota, Sweet Home, Alabama, and by America's First Federal Credit Union. Stay with us, there's more to come.
The TH Marine Hydrowave H2 KVD Edition is a surefire way to ignite a feeding frenzy. The Hydrowave utilizes a sound-emitting technology that imitates bait fish and other feeding fish below the surface that preys on the competitive nature of bass and other game fish to get you more bites. The Hydrowave is another way that TH Marine has you covered from transom to trolling motor.
At Phoenix Boats, our passion for fishing is obvious. Whether it's a pro event or fishing with our family and friends,
we truly love the sport of fishing.
That's why our goal is to make every single Phoenix boat that goes out the door the best fishing platform it can be in both design and construction.
We love the fish as much as anyone, and we believe it shows in every boat we build.
Phoenix Boats, built by anglers for anglers.
Some things ain't worth keeping. Yesterday's traditions, today's adventures, tomorrow's memories. Now that's something worth keeping. Fish Alabama and find your keeper.
For more information, visit fishalabama.org.
Bill Penny Toyota is Alabama's #1 volume Toyota dealer. But that's not the only reason to get to know Bill Penny. Enjoy a 10-year unlimited warranty on every new Toyota in stock. Get 1 year of 24/7 roadside assistance. Test drive for the chance to win $5,000. You heard right. 5,000 big ones. Plus, choose from over 700 new Toyotas in stock and price to move. Bill Penny Toyota is Alabama's #1 volume Toyota dealer. Get to know us today.
Blake Hall, Tristan Crowder, boat 118. Don't even wait for me to call you guys because we finally got our first limit. Good job, brother. Let's find out what these 5 bass weigh, but you will have a penalty, 1 expired fish. So it was almost a 10-pound bag going to drop at 955. It's going to drop you down to 855. Gary Thompson, Chris Dunn, hop over there. Let's take 5 bass. Hey, we got our first 10-pounder, first 11-pound limit, 1135, brother. You get a paycheck today. Good job.
It was a tough day, a long day. It took us almost all day to catch a limit. I think we culled twice. I think we caught 7 keepers all day.
You're a winner. Do you know that? You're a winner already, and you haven't even crossed the scales. Let's find out how much weight you have. Look at this. You need 1135 to take the lead. You got it. Bam. 1177. We've got a leader. New leader.
It started off decent. We caught the biggest fish pretty early, flipping D-bomb on the bluff walls. And then we moved out on the road bed and culled out several on the spinnerbait.
Let's find out what this big boy is going to weigh. I say it could weigh, yeah, it's over 3. It might be over 4. Look at that. 493. We've got a new leader in our Mountain Dew Big Bass. 1180. We got a new leader. She get surprised out of nowhere, Clay. I was looking for 1177. Shazam, you 3/100ths better.
Chris and I talked this morning about how we thought the early flight may help guys get on fish quickly. How quick did you start catching fish this morning?
We thought the same thing, but that didn't work out. We caught 2 of our smallest fish early. The rest of them came like after 11.
Greg Lamb, David Powell, take the lead with 1364. We've got a new leader. How about a round of applause on a hard day to catch bass? You were doing something right.
We fished really shallow. We fished some shallow docks early and then went to fishing some deeper docks. And it seemed like the docks that we could find, it had 6 to 8 foot of water on them, just flipping. And I'm not a flipper, I'm an offshore guy. But we had practice here for a couple of days and just really couldn't find an offshore bite. So I'll be honest with you, it was a last resort type deal.
Hey, somebody done caught some weight today. I'm looking at all these sponsors. They obviously did you right. And I see Phoenix across there, Jason. We had a lead of 1364. We got a new leader, Sam Long, Jason Atkins, 1374. A new leader by 1/10 of a pound.
We caught some fish earlier. We culled through them later in a little pocket, throwing a Texas worm. Actually missed one more that would have helped us a whole lot. It was tough. It was really tough today. They started pulling water about 1. We could tell it, but it wasn't really affecting us. But it affected a lot of people in a bad way.
Really tough. Yesterday, he was downplaying me, and Kay always talks about it. They say, I'm not on him. I do whatever else. And darn it if we don't have another new leader. 1374. Now we got a 1438, our first 14-pound bag. Go grab those fish, Mark.
We just jump fish. I mean, there's not any pattern right now going on. It's really hard to get a bite. It's just we know the lake pretty well, and we just run around and fish stuff and fish different things. We caught one on a crankbait, one on a jig, a couple on a creature bait. I mean, it just, if people followed us around all day, they'd think we was lost as last year's Easter egg.
5 bass, I like seeing that. You gonna get a paycheck today? Let's find out. What are they gonna weigh? You think you got 15 pounds? If you got 15 pounds, you're gonna take the lead. Let's find out. Mark McCaig, Tim Hurst have 14.38. He's got more than 15. 15.67 for Adam Brown. Wow.
So Brown and Diggs make it a close one at the end. 15 and change is what it took to win. But, I mean, when you talk about every ounce counts, this is exactly the case.
It was. I mean, there was such a small margin in that top 10. But, I mean, these guys missed a tournament at the last stop at Wheeler, came back, won this, automatically in the championship. I mean, that's a pretty cool story, and they did it on their home lake.
Yeah, you look like you think you're out of the points, but then you know a win and you're in, and that's the case. You're in that championship, but also your plan didn't go as planned because you had a boat ready to get in some skinny water, but you didn't need it today.
That's right. Yeah, we definitely we're planning to go skinny today, as far back in the creek as we could go, and we got to the creek we was going to, which we fish a lot this time of year, and fortunately everybody else does too. But there was nobody in there, so we just started fishing the normal stuff and caught some fish.
Congratulations on the victory. We'll see you in the championship. Also, the Alabama Bass Trail North. We're heading to Smith Lake, big fishers. That championship's still up for grabs for Angler of the Year.
It really is. I mean, you've got some of the best anglers here. I mean, you've got to think that there are a couple that's probably favored. There's probably 3 or 4 teams there that could win that tournament. But these guys are going to show up in a big way. They want to make that championship. The first $100,000 championship ever done by the Alabama Bass Trail with a $50,000 first place. So you got to know everybody's going to be going for that.
It's about to be showtime at Smith Lake. We'll crown an Angler of the Year champion. It's the next stop right here on Fox Sports Southeast. We'll see you then.